So the main topic of this podcast is tennis in Italy. In comparison to tennis in the U.S., whether it's recreational tournaments, whatever.
Now again, I'm just based out of Naples. I don't know what it's like in the rest of Italy.
And what's the club you play at?
I play at La Conca.
Conca.
La Conca. It's Italian for the valley because it's a beautiful tennis club that's situated within this beautiful valley that's near an active volcano. It's
really, now, what is your social security? No. So, what is recreational tennis in Italy like at La Conca?
So the big difference, I'd say, between tennis in Italy and tennis in here, in Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, is just the availability of courts.
Really?
One thing we take for granted here is that if we want to go hit, we can just go to any number of high schools or middle schools where there's infinite amount of tennis courts that you can just hop on and play. Over there, it's not that case at all. There's no free courts.
Really?
High schools don't have tennis courts you can just drive up to and play. So you have to go play at a club.
I did not expect you to. That was not what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah. So and it's not crazy expensive. We may pay. If you play for an hour and a half, maybe you pay like €10, which is about $11-12.
Really?
But it adds up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
for sure. Here.
But you have to play it every time though, so you can't go to the public court every day like we can.
Yeah. So it does add up, especially if you play, Monday, then they say, hey, can you play Tuesday? Let's play Friday. It's like, now you're paying, quite a bit. But so I do miss just the free availability of courts. So you have to play at a club, which means you have to.
Are you a member there?
I'm a member there, yeah.
So you have to pay also?
Yeah, but it was like €60 for a yearly.
Really?
It's not that much, yeah.
Okay.
And then you get like a discount on the hourly rate.
Wait, to be a member, it was €60.
Yeah, when I tell the Italian friends how much it costs to play at like a country club in the States.
Yeah. So €60 is how much?
€60 is about
American.
$65.
To join is $65.
Yeah, but
and then you pay court time.
Then you pay court time, but the court time is discounted by probably like 25% off.
Can you be like an all-inclusive, or is that not a thing?
I don't know, man. It's like, I mean, they keep track of their books in like a spiral notebook.
Really? So it's very wow, that's awesome.
They're sponsored by Office Max.
Yeah, I love it though. I love it. It's La Conca. It's so low key. It's so. It reminds me of like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. Like you show up
like
and everybody's like, "Hey, Tomaso," they call me Tomaso. It's just like super friendly, and they serve you food. Like they have events. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. But the other big difference is there's not like a league. There's no I'm used to playing. You play the 4-0 men's. Then you play the mixed, and then you play World Team Tennis, and then you join any number of other leagues that are happening at any given time. So you're always playing some kind of league. Over there, at least not to my knowledge that I've discovered yet, there's just no leagues.
There's no like Italian.
Yeah, like I've got a couple of really good friends that I've made. Luca, Mattia, Politano. These guys, they'll text me.
Okay.
Those are my boys, man. Mio ragazzi.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So they'll contact me and say, hey, I booked a court for this time on this day. Do you want to play? And it's just you're just playing a singles match.
So there's no like recorded matches or anything. Just in your
exactly. Yeah. There's nothing counts towards anything.
So there's no USTA version there, Italian.
Not that I know of. Yeah.
Wow.
Is that the only club that you've? Well, I'm sure you've played in another
I played at a couple others. I don't quite know what their setup is yet, but one thing I want to do when I go back is experiment more. Maybe play at some other clubs and ask around a little bit more and see, hey, are there leagues that I'm just not aware of? Because I do like it to be meaningful. I like when I'm playing, I want to know, is this like, are we building up for like a regional thing? Or like, are we winning something? Is there some significance to this? So I need to get back on that when I get back over to Italy.
I did not think about availability of courts. I thought you were going to say something about clubs or whatever, but I guess I don't. We take it for granted because we're so used to it.
Yeah, and Naples it's a very metropolis city. it's like living in New York City or Philly or Los Angeles. Like there's no space. There's no, especially here in Virginia Beach, we're very fortunate. You know, there's parking lots and things like that. Yeah. I showed my friend Luca like a Google Maps image of the Kellum courts.
Yeah.
And he was just like, this is crazy.
Where there's trees all around it.
Yeah.
And it's like big field to the side of it.
And he had questions. He was like, so like when you were done going to school there, you're not allowed to play there anymore, right? I was like, no, I can just drive there anytime I want and play for free.
Joe Schmo's over there playing with Billy Bob and getting to it.
So it's one thing that I definitely took for granted before. We're very fortunate to have that ability just to play for free.
I would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting too that the cost is so much lower though, as well. I mean, I understand that if you play like 7 days a week, you'll spend 80, 90 euros, but
for sure.
Just to go, if I wanted to play at like, even at a club, it's like an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
It's like $25-$30 for like an hour, and you're like,
yeah.
Well, nothing is going to come out of an hour, not really, unless you're doing a lesson.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's so much cheaper.
Yeah, and the courts are beautiful too. It's
it's red clay, right?
It's the red clay.
So what do you think the difference is? Have you ever played on red clay?
No.
I've only played on green clay.
Because I never played on it.
Yeah, so I've noticed the only clay courts I've played at here, well, I guess at VBTCC and
it's all green clay, hard true.
Cape Henry.
Well, those don't count.
Yeah, I've noticed the clay is more like gravelly. Mm-hmm. Whereas over there in Italy, it's more of a softer.
Real clay.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
soft clay.
It's great. It's great. Yeah.
I would say VBTCC is in between. Cape Henry is a little bit on the drier, not the outdoor ones, but the indoor ones are definitely drier. The outdoor ones are more like VBTCC, but I imagine the red clay is very soft.
Yeah, and they take very good care of them. Before every match, somebody from the club will spray them down with water, and then they'll drag them.
Good luck over here.
No, I've never
lazy Americans.
I've never seen anybody take the hose out and water down the courts here, but they do.
You better hope they have a working sprinkler system.
Yeah, they do that before every match, so it's always great. And for somebody who has a knee issue,
love it, dude.
I've made several comments about I'll play for 2-3 hours in Italy. I'll come home and I feel great.
Yeah.
Like if I played here on the hard courts, I would be limping after the match.
He would tell me he would text me like, this is it. I've got to stop playing. Like I've got to get whatever. And I'm like, you okay?
Yeah. I'd have to go home, ice my knee. The next day I'd be limping around work, and then if somebody's like, "Do you want to play tennis?" I'm like, I don't know if I can, man.
I don't know if I can walk. No, but that's interesting. I mean, well, the red clay I imagine would be softer, slower. I would think too.
Yeah.
Than when you play.
It's a different game. It's I played so much over the last year on the red clay, and then to my knowledge, there's one hard court area in Naples, and that's on the American base.
Of course.
So one day a buddy of mine wanted to play on the hard courts, so we went out there, and I was curious. I was like, I wonder what I'm going to be like, because I've only played on the red clay for the past year.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, man. It felt so good. I was ripping winners. And I usually don't hit winners.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just from playing so much on the clay and just it was great.
So how's your game changed since you played on clay? More spin, higher
spin, longer rallies.
Yeah. We gotta get something cooking here.
Pain in the ass playing out then, dude. You come to America, holy smokes.
I know. I've had a good run in Naples. I've had a good run.
Now it makes sense why you like singles now.
Yeah. I think the Neapolitans, I don't think they like me very much.
What about like the level of player though compared to here?
I'd say, especially at the club I play at,
like if you had to convert them to, USTA level.
Yeah, probably 3.5. There's one guy who's definitely a 4.0. Some of the instructors, solid as a rock. There's a guy named Andrea out there who, this guy is just phenomenal. But yeah, 3.5, 4.0, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no in terms of how they play, play style, are they any different than? I know tennis is tennis.
Let me think. No, you're right. Tennis is tennis, but no, they do. The clay court really does become a different element. It becomes part of the game, and whether you know it or not, you're using the court to your advantage.
Yeah.
Do they have longer more fluid, beautiful strokes than Americans?
Yeah, a lot of one-hand backhands too.
Yeah.
The one-hand
Oh,
backhand is
yeah.
popular out there.
What about the age of player that you're playing against? Are they your age, ancient, or are they?
No, it's kind of like here. The guys I play with primarily are younger than me.
Really?
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Wow.
39, man. I'm playing against, late 20s, early
Really?
30s.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed that they were all like.
Well, because we
Like
equate it to
60.
country clubs here. It's all
Well, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
old people.
Oh,
But
no,
over
no,
there,
no.
people can afford the club.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only
exactly,
65 years. 60
Yeah,
years
the
or
club, I play at specifically, it's a large mix of young guys who love tennis,
Yeah.
old guys who love to, go out there and hit around and then go
Yeah.
play cards and
Yeah.
smoke and drink their cafes.
Yeah.
That's so different. Than
But yeah, the
here.
range is all over the place. The range is, yeah.
I mean, I guess in a way here, it's like to what you just said. Like, people will play tennis and then they'll go like at a club. They may go eat and have a glass of wine or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's slightly different, but similar in a way. But I just imagine playing on the red clay would be just completely different than
Yeah,
here.
I wish you could come out and,
I feel like I would suck. That would not. I like
You
clay,
would
but
slow
red
down
clay.
so much, but I think it would be the most beneficial thing for James.
yeah.
Like,
I
think
don't
so.
know. I just like.
especially, I mean, you've seen how much
Yeah.
goodness it does for you.
Yeah.
So for James to go over there, slow down,
Yeah, maybe.
with his stroke. Oh, man.
Shank.
How much?
No.
How much is a flight?
Yeah.
Fund me, folks. Let's
About
do this.
$800. We can make it work for
Oh, let's go.
$800.
Is that how much it is to get to Naples?
I think so. You can find a flight for about $800.
Well, when someone sponsors us, let us know.
You can work from across the country,
Yeah,
across the
right.
world. I mean,
I could, but no. I mean, I just think it's interesting how it is over there versus here. And I mean, are there any tournaments like?
I'd played one tournament, just a doubles tournament, but it was the structure of it was not as organized as it is here.
Yeah.
So like when tournaments here, which you never came out to the, but people like
stadium.
come out.
Yeah.
A lot of people come out.
Yeah. No.
It's not like that.
No.
So that's one pro here. Is it's.
Yeah, there's things I really like about tennis
Yeah. What do you
here.
like about Italy tennis, and then what do you like about here tennis?
I definitely like the courts in Italy. I'll give the pro to that, but I love
Even disregarding your knee issues.
um,
Take that out of the equation.
take my knee issues out of the equation.
We don't care about your knees, okay? So,
I mean, I don't want to sound like weird, but the beauty of it over there, you're playing tennis and you can see Vesuvio off in the
oh my God,
distance.
look at the
Vesuvio?
freaking
Mount
Disney
Vesuvius.
movie.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm sure it's like, we look at the freaking parking lot. So
Yeah.
The back
I
of
drive
St.
my
high
sc-
school.
Yeah.
The parking lot of.
I'll drive my Vespa to the club, and on the way I'm seeing like the Bay of Naples, and I'm seeing just beautiful sights that I'm not used to seeing. Whereas here, you see a Wawa.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
So.
Which did you know what? Hold on. Do you know what a Vespa is?
I was gonna say so the Vespa's real.
Oh yeah.
The movie Luca is in
He
Italy.
told me
and he
like
rides a
that.
Vespa
How you
around.
Yeah. Oh,
I
absolutely.
thought it was like a little like beep beep. It's like a
Well,
bike, right?
Maybe
most about
maybe
it.
for the sake of the video, I'll send you a video of me on
On
the
the Vespa.
Vespa. Yeah, I have the helmet and everything, and just yeah.
I mean, he
It's-
told me he bought a Vespa, and I was like, "What are you talking? I don't know what a
Is that the
Vespa
mode of
is."
transportation there?
oh
Vespa?
yeah. Oh, in Naples, if you don't have a scooter,
Really?
you're not getting around, man.
Really?
Yeah. Traffic is absolutely insane there.
So do you follow the road rules when you're on a Vespa, or you just go wherever you want?
No, there's
Dude.
even if you're in a car, you don't follow the rules.
Really?
This is a true American.
So if you're on a Vespa, you can
Riding
go on
dirty.
sidewalks, you
Really?
go on the other side of the road. It does not matter.
Really?
No, it
Dude,
does
we
not.
gotta make a trip.
It's great,
Yeah.
man.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
So you like the courts? Okay. What else about Italy are your go-to? What you really resonate with?
I've met some really great people, and I could say that about here too. I've met you, Brian, Sean. Like I've met some lifelong friends playing tennis, and I guess that's probably any social activity you do. But I've met some really great people, especially moving to a foreign country where you don't know anybody, and it's a little intimidating. You don't know the language.
Yeah.
Some of these people have really just become lifelong friends.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
people I've met playing tennis in Italy, that's one thing I love,
What do you miss from here.
I miss the structure. The leagues, the tournaments.
I mean, it's not that organized, but you know.
It's not,
But it's much
something.
more organized than Naples.
Chime in if you have league issues where you're from.
Yeah, so Tommy said here when he left a year and a half ago, whatever it was a 2-team league, and it hasn't changed since. And 5 years before that was the same thing. So
yeah, we were talking before we started about how back in the early 2000s, when I kind of started playing tennis as like a 3-5 player, I went back on USTA and looked, and there was like 15 teams in the league. Like you wouldn't even play the same team twice.
Yeah.
And by the time I left to go to Italy, like you said, we were struggling to get 2 teams, and that wasn't appealing to me. I don't even think I played the last like spring league.
You stopped playing, yeah.
I stopped playing because I was like, it's just not fun. Like I don't want to play the same team every week. It's just kind of like I'll just go play with some friends for fun.
Right.
So you miss the structure.
I miss the structure. Obviously, I miss my friends. You know, all you guys.
Okay.
You guys are awesome.
Well, besides that, I mean, anything else, or is it just mainly those 2 things?
Yeah, probably just those 2 things. Yeah.
But, well, I imagine too the structure, but also the availability of tournaments. I mean, it's gone down because of COVID, honestly, but there's still more tournaments here, I would think, than over there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's just.
But I'm also still learning. I don't know what I don't know. Maybe there's more I just don't know about. But...
Maybe you go over there and you just see go to play at the other clubs and just see what they're like. Because it's like here. I mean, it's
very regionalized where there's a bunch of different tennis clubs throughout the area, but those tennis clubs don't interact with each other.
Really?
And what I see a great opportunity for, like, hey, why don't this club put together a team, play this club, and have a league?
So the women's, like all the clubs here, branching beyond just this area, they have what's called Spindle Cup, where you have to try out to be on the team.
Really?
And you have different levels. I think most of them are 4-0s, but they go for a weekend. Like it rotates every year who hosts the Spindle Cup, but they go to the club and they play for the whole weekend, and they play like 9 lines every day or whatever. It's like 6 singles, 3 doubles or whatever.
Yeah.
And they play for the Spindle Cup and then the cup will go with whoever, whatever team wins.
Yeah.
But it sounds so cool.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely
and the men
love
don't
that.
have anything like that. I don't know why it's only the women, but
it's the VA Cup.
Oh, they
so
do.
PA,
Okay.
PA goes out to Richmond, and
okay.
same dudes we play in sectionals, they won.
That we lose to.
The VA Cup, yeah. But it's definitely cool. So you should definitely try that, dude.
I don't know.
Give a little
You
flavor
should
of Virginia
spearhead
out there,
that.
like, hey, this American trying to.
Yeah,
not Italian. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I've tried. I wrote out this whole like proposal for an idea for a league,
That'd be
and
cool, man.
I still need to like present it to the club.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've talked about it with a few Italian friends, and they're like, oh yeah, sure.
Is there like a tennis director out there, or is it pretty much just everyone's like on the same level?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know,
how it kinda
man.
seems like,
No, there's no really director.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Until it gets to where you want to be, like, I want to start like competing. I want
Yeah.
to feel like.
There's one. I have to say this. Before I left, my friend Luca, he said there's one guy out there that they call the Beast.
Really?
They call him the Beast because nobody can beat the Beast.
Here we go.
And he was like, I think.
Throwing out a challenge.
Yeah.
Beast.
He was like, Tom, I think you might have a good chance of beating the Beast.
Dude.
So now.
Have you ever seen this guy play?
No, I don't. I have no idea what he looks like. I've never seen him play.
God, you need to live stream this.
Yeah.
So we can-
I'm gonna send you a GoPro.
But he told me, he told me, he said, he goes, if you were to beat the Beast, you would become a legend. So naturally, like the competitor in me is like, I'm going back to Naples and I am destroying the Beast. Like I don't care who he is. Like
You know the club? Where is that?
yeah, he's at the same club I play at. So
Oh, at your club?
yeah.
Oh, man. I was
Yeah.
gonna say you roll up on your Vespa to the enemy club.
Oh no, yeah. It is great. Like I'm rolling with the Vespa and I have my tennis bag on my back and I'm just
Dude,
like.
you gotta send us a video of this, bro.
I'll send you
Yeah.
some stuff. I'll send you some stuff.
Just take like a video of like your drive to the
Yeah.
to the club. We can
I probably
do
look
it
like
there.
such a dork, but I
mean,
love
it's
it.
common ground over there, right?
Oh
Everyone's
yeah,
doing it.
everyone's doing it. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm watching.
You gotta let us know.
with my kids.
when your showdown with the
a great
Beast
movie, by
is,
the way.
Yeah.
You need to let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe I'll do a live stream. I'll figure out a way.
I mean, somehow, because I'm curious what this Beast guy is like.
Dude, I want to just go just to see what it looks like there. Like I've never been to Europe in general, but
It's beautiful. I'll definitely make sure I send you guys like some cool pictures of like the club and some of the.
You said it's. Let me.
So how many courts do you have over there?
Conca.
4.
4.
Just
Oh
4.
my God.
Yeah.
Man, you're only paying $11 to play. So that's like prime time.
I know.
But I guess it sounds like there's not like a whole lot of people that play.
No.
Is it mostly men?
Yeah.
Or all men, no women.
I'll be honest
Very
with
few
you.
women.
I've been playing out there for almost a year now, and I think I've seen like 1 girl.
Really?
So it's definitely a
very
male dominant.
That's interesting because I feel like here it's way more female dominant.
70%
Yeah.
female, maybe.
Wild, yeah.
60-40.
No, yeah, definitely, man. And they have 2 paddleball courts. So
Really?
paddle's becoming a thing out there.
Wow.
Not
So it's
pickle, but
pickleball,
paddle. Yeah, not
God
pickle.
bless you.
Yeah.
I think
Well.
paddle's more.
I still don't understand the rules. They've tried explaining it to me. I
Yeah.
guess there's a wall involved or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
You'd
told
probably
myself,
like that, dude.
as long as my knees are good, man, I'm sticking with tennis.
Is it hard court? The paddle court? It's not clay, is it?
I think it's like an AstroTurf.
Yeah,
or
it's something
Is that
different,
normal?
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it. You might get messed up, dude.
Yeah, I'm not right now. No.
Hopefully you can bring a league idea. That would be cool. If you guys did tournaments or something, or just did any sort of league.
I'm gonna work on it. That's in my nature. I'm always like an organizer, so I'll figure out a way to get something going, some kind of tournament or some kind of small league.
Yeah.
We need to play for something, man.
Yeah. That's athlete in you, the team player in you.
Yeah. You kind of lose your motivation if you're just like
Being up the same dudes over again.
Yeah.
Until you get to the beast.
Until I get to the
Coming,
beast.
He's coming.
I'm coming for you, beast.
Yes.
The best. Where's
Shout
the
him
beast?
out. So let's talk about. Oh wait, I do want to highlight one thing. What do they call you in Italy?
Okay, so obviously my name is Tommy. I'm American. So they started calling me Tommy Paul. Like, Tommy Paul.
Do you think he looks like Tommy Paul?
I mean, you can pass for it if you're an American.
Yeah.
He always wears a backwards hat. I wish I had a hat up here.
I
but
do wear a
I
hat.
don't.
But they weren't calling me that because I look like him. It was just Tommy, American. And then one day I said, hey, man, you're not going to believe this, but my middle name is actually Paul. And they're like, no way, this is impossible. This is impossible.
You know the Italians, they're probably like, holy shit.
So I pull out my ID and I show them, and they just all die. Like, they're crying, laughing. They're like, his name is actually Tommy Paul.
You need to flash a picture of Tommy, like, next to him.
This is amazing. Oh, this is happening. Yeah.
So my friend Luca, he says, he came out with a little chant. He says, he goes, Tommy Paul, catch them all, because I get every ball. Like, Tommy Paul, catch them all.
That is how you play.
And I love it. I think it's like the greatest little
That's
like
amazing.
saying.
That is
Tommy
crazy.
Paul plays with a Jan X racket, with my racket.
Of course.